Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're stepping onto the factory floor, but not just any factory. We're looking at the new smart factory, a place that's being totally rewired by artificial intelligence. You know, this isn't just a simple upgrade. We're going to explore how AI is sparking the next industrial revolution, and it's happening right now.
Okay, so let's break this down with a really simple metaphor. Think about the modern smart factory, what a lot of people are calling Industry 4.0, as having a brain and arms. The AI, well, that's the brain, making all the smart, data-driven decisions. And the advanced robotics, those are the arms, carrying out the orders with incredible precision and, maybe most importantly, flexibility.
So what does this brain and arms combination actually look like when you put it into action? And I gotta be clear, this isn't some far-off science fiction. It's a real-world transformation that's happening today. We're moving away from machines that just mindlessly repeat one task over and over to intelligent systems that can actually learn from data, adapt to changes on the fly, and really, truly automate with intelligence. So, how exactly does this AI brain change the game out on the factory floor? Well, it all really boils down to a fundamental shift in thinking, moving from being reactive to becoming predictive. You see, in the old model, production would grind to a halt because a machine broke down. That's totally reactive. But today, companies like the Spanish shipbuilder Navantia are using AI for predictive maintenance. Their systems are sifting through massive amounts of data to predict when a part might fail. This lets them schedule repairs before a breakdown ever happens. And the savings in time and money, they're enormous.
And this predictive power, it goes way beyond just maintenance. AI is being used for everything, from forecasting demand and optimizing the entire supply chain, to empowering smarter, real-time decisions on the floor, and even allowing for the mass personalization of products, all without having to reprogram an entire assembly line for every single order.
So just how big is this impact? Well, take a look at the electronics giant Philips. By using real-time data analysis to spot these hidden little inefficiencies on their production lines, they managed to cut their manufacturing cycle times by a whopping 20%. But it's not just about going faster. It's about getting smarter and greener too. The Danish pump manufacturer Grundfos, they used AI to optimize the energy consumption of their systems. And the result? They cut their energy use by 15%. A huge win for their bottom line and for the planet.
Okay, so with benefits this obvious, you have to be asking yourself, why isn't every single factory a smart factory already? Well, as it turns out, that path to adoption is filled with some pretty big hurdles.
And here's where it gets really surprising. According to a major study of industry experts, the #1 barrier isn't the cost or even how hard the tech is. It's a simple misunderstanding of AI's business potential. It's really a failure of imagination and strategy. Now, when you look at the top 4 barriers, a powerful pattern just jumps right out at you. You see it? The problem isn't the technology itself. 3 of the 4 biggest hurdles are all about people, strategy, vision, and getting management on board. It kind of seems like the biggest upgrade that's needed is often in the boardroom, not just on the factory floor. Of course, let's be real. The technology itself is a challenge. For a lot of organizations, just trying to navigate this landscape, from the broad idea of AI to the specific area of machine learning, and then way down into things like deep learning, that complexity can be a huge hurdle that just stops any real decision-making in its tracks. And on top of that, companies are wrestling with a whole list of other tough challenges. How do you keep all this new data secure? How do you get your shiny new AI system to work with equipment that's decades old? And maybe the toughest one, how do you find and keep the talented people who can make it all work? And this brings us to what is maybe the biggest question of all. With so much intelligent automation coming online, what happens to the people? This is where that partnership between humans and machines gets completely reimagined. See, the factory of the future isn't about robots working all alone in cages. It's about cobots. That stands for collaborative robots. These are machines built specifically to work safely right next to their human coworkers, helping us and augmenting our abilities instead of just replacing us. And what this does is create a really powerful new division of labor. It frees us humans up to focus on what we do best, things like strategy, creativity, and tackling complex problems. Meanwhile, the cobots handle the tasks they're designed for, the repetitive, the dangerous, or the incredibly precise work that can be really tough or boring for people. But this new partnership only works if the workforce is actually ready for it. And that means building a totally new set of skills for the jobs of tomorrow. And it's pretty clear this whole transition is causing some real anxiety.
a 2024 national study found that nearly 4 out of 10 companies are actively worried about the risks AI poses to future jobs. That's a significant number of businesses concerned about the future of work. But while some of those repetitive jobs probably will decline, this shift is also creating a wave of completely new roles. We're seeing huge demand for positions that honestly barely existed a decade ago. Things like AI algorithm developers, data scientists, and even specialists in AI ethics. So what this all means is that the skills that are going to be key for the future are changing big time. Yeah, of course, the workforce will need to know about data analysis and programming, but the soft skills are going to be just as critical. Things like adaptability, a commitment to always be learning, and the ability to collaborate well with both people and with machines. The smartest companies, they aren't just sitting around waiting to see what happens. Forward-thinking manufacturers like SKF in Sweden and Stadler Rail over in Switzerland, they're already investing a lot of money in retraining the current employees, giving them the AI skills they need to really thrive in this new environment.
And this really gets to the heart of it. The ultimate goal here isn't a factory run just by machines. The real vision is, as one source put it, the creation of a harmonious human-machine collaboration.
So in the end, this whole massive shift, it's about so much more than just plugging in some cool new tech. It's a fundamental change that's demanding new strategies from leaders, new skills from the workforce, and a completely new way of thinking about how we all work together. And that leaves us with a final and pretty crucial question. The technology for the new smart factory isn't some dream anymore. It's here. The machines are ready. The real question now is for us. How will we choose to build their and our future?